Sponsored by Salud Beer Shop, located at 3306 North Davidson Street in the noted district of Charlotte. Check out their huge selection of craft beer in bottles, cans, and growlers, and see what's on tap in the tasting room. Salud Beer Shop. Drink real beer.
Hi, I'm Glenn. This is Dave. We're the NC Beer Guys. We promote North Carolina craft beer online at ncbeerguys.com. We bring you these videos to trying to showcase the quality of the beer that's available across North Carolina and trying to promote the beer and the breweries and the great quality and variety of beer that you may not know about, and we want you to get out there and grab some North Carolina craft beer.
Yep.
Remember, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina. We're bringing the beer from Asheville today, from the Wicked Weed Brewing Company.
Finally.
And we're drinking their award-winning Serenity Wild Ale. Many of you know the Wicked Weed story by now. In 2009, Walt and Luke sat at a craft beer bar and talked about the dream of opening their own brewery that would focus on big West Coast hoppy ales and authentic Belgian ales. From that conversation evolved a business plan, test batches, and in 2011, their friend, Ryan Guthey, and his parents sat down to taste some of Luke and Walt's creations while looking over the plan for what would become later the Wicked Weed Brewing Company. The Guthys joined the Dickinsons and the team was assembled. Wicked Weed says their beer is bold, quote, full of excitement and flavor, always focused on drinkability, and on pushing the boundaries of what you think they are capable of. Wicked Weed aspires to expand consumer perspectives of craft beer, and they say hops will be excessive and flavor abundant. Our Belgians will be rustic and authentic. Our American styles will be dry and hoppy. We promise. We will always push to be better brewers, make better beer, and keep our patrons' attention. This particular beer, the Serenity, it's a wild ale, won the Great American Beer Festival gold medal for, what's that word? The long word for Brett is?
Brettanomyces?
The beer, and it's what we mostly know as Brett beers, the sours. Right. And is soft blonde color, this is their description, hides the complexity that comes from 100% Brett open fermentation and Sauvignon Blanc barrel aging. Ooh. This is one of their wonderful beers from the Wicked Weed Funkitorium.
Oh yeah.
So this is the big award winner for Wicked Weed, and we're anxious to try it. I will tell you, I'm not the biggest sour fan in the world, so you know this is a little stretch from my personal palate, but we're going to see. It's a beautiful beer, very effervescent. I hope I like it as much as I like the looks of it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's beautiful. The head was there when it was.
Yeah, I talked a while. We want to educate you about the beers that are out there.
And also, you know, with Wicked Weed, it's a brew pub. So you have the first floor is the restaurant, and then below is the tap room. And try and get it there on the weekends.
And when these guys say they're pushing the envelope about beer,
yeah, it's crazy. They're not kidding.
When you hear about a new and different beer, and don't even know it comes from anywhere, you kind of wonder if it's Luke and Walt and Wicked Weed. Because they're always out there pushing the envelope, doing something different, either slightly different variations of what you know before out of them, or something really off the wall that they have come up with, and they really don't have many misses. I mean, their stuff hits, and they are riding such an incredibly wave of popularity. They've been up there like less than 2 years in operation.
And every festival, the line is long. There's people like waiting for
and frankly, you wondered in the first months if it was all hype.
But then it proved
they walk the walk, and the credibility is earned. And they produce great beer. I mean, they're just not about the fluff and the puff and the story is not all that Wicked Weed is. So let's get to the beer. Enough about the great guys at Wicked Weed, and we think they're doing great things.
It's got a
little sour, something. You know it's what you're getting into.
It's a different kind of aroma.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it's not as, we've had some of the sour beers that are like, whoa, twist your tongue, bring it in. This is actually mild. I'm surprised.
It's not, as I said earlier, I'm not a fan of the sours. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to educate my palate. And this one is not as off-putting as many are for me. I think it's the same thing you just said. Dave is much more a sour fan than I am.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there yet. Working on it. Working on it. And
learning the appreciation.
And there's never a reason not to drink a beer.
That's right.
Because it's not your style.
Right.
It may not be what you'll sit down and feel refreshed with or a session for you, But you are limiting your experience if you don't go out and try a beer just because it sounds like something you wouldn't like.
You don't know that, and you may find the new love when you do try something that you've never played with before.
And if you keep experiencing the style, you'll find something within that continuum of style that pleases your palate. Because even when you say a style, like a sour or a Brett beer, they're still all over the range.
There's tons
This
of
is
types.
not, you can't say, I don't like sours, I'm not drinking this beer. This is not, there's no such thing as typical.
Yeah, I think this is refreshing. I mean, this is like, it goes down really easy. It's not overly sour that you're going crazy, like I said before, but it's just a nice...
And do we know the ABV on this beer?
Right there, 5.5.
5.5.
Is that what it says, squiggly lines?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So it's nice, and I mean, I call it a relaxing beer. Yep.
Oh, and this had a little more information we didn't have. It sits on the barrels for 3 to 5 months.
I don't have patience for that.
Right.
I want it now.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
They have more patience than we do.
And they call it a barrel-aged farmhouse ale.
So it's, well, like farmhouse sales a saison.
Right. So that's a little different than, we hadn't described it either way.
Okay, well now
the official description didn't say that.
Well, you have the bottle.
I hadn't seen the bottle when I wrote what I wrote.
There you go.
Good. As we said, we think Wicked Weed's doing great things. We're late to the party as far as reviewing one of their beers.
Well, you had to get it.
Guys. We got to get there and get it, and we like what they're doing. Again, we'll remind you that if it's a style that you're not accustomed to,
do it anyway.
Don't let that limit you. Until next time, remember, we're the NC Beer Guys, promoting North Carolina craft beer and hoping to bring you something you don't know about North Carolina craft beer. Until next time, remember, drink local, keep your beer dollars North Carolina, and we'll catch you later, guys.